Okay, so we are. There's no smell, no smoke.
No.
No, and we are using used motor oil.
Yeah. And there's a shitload of heat being put out.
Yeah.
You could also like warm a small family of immigrants with it, as well as cook.
I mean, it's amazing how clean burns.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
So now so the determining factor is the air or something at this point? Because
Say again, I didn't hear.
the determining factor of the flame size is based on the air input.
And both the oil.
You got to keep up with the air with the oil.
Ye-
Kind of like a blower.
Yeah.
Yeah. The two has to be synchronized.
Okay.
You can turn up the air, or you can increase the airflow, but best to find the proper ratio. That feels pretty good,
Damn
doesn't
good.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think yeah.
And because it's such a high heat output, like I said, to me, this is something where I'm going to need to use either a wok or some heavy cast iron
Right.
cookery.
Do you mind if I just play with the knob slightly, just to see feel the?
Yeah, like if you turn this higher, slide higher, very little, then the oil, I mean the size of the fire will go up higher.
Okay, we'll try a little.
Just very little. Okay, right there. And you will see it's going to increase because you turn the oil higher. Maybe not much difference. Turn it on a little bit more.
Well, I can see it slightly. I'm sure it's
Okay.
somewhat accumulative. Give it a second. Imagine.
Yeah, it's you see it's
It'll build up a
yeah.
reservoir in the
Look,
base.
look, you see increasing.
Yeah.
See, look at that. You see, James, how increased?
Significantly. And it's still continuing to.
Right.
So it's accumulative.
Accumulative, yeah.
So if I try to mess with the air right now,
Yeah, you can turn it up a little bit more. Okay, yeah.
so you keep kind of more or less, you can kind of keep these dials in line with each other.
Right, right.
or less.
M-
Maybe
m-
different
more,
from the
more,
beginning.
more or less. If I were to manufacture this, then you'll have to put some numbers there saying low, medium, high, very high.
Yeah.
See, look at the size of the fire.
Yeah, man, it really ramps up.
Right. And
Right, I just need an anvil and my hammer.
Right.
and
You can totally run a forge with this setup.
Instacharge.
oh yeah. Now let's see how low can we turn
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was curious about.
Okay, so we're gonna lower it down. So it has to burn all the residual oil before
Right.
it slows down. But it's going down slowly. So if you get stranded and there's no fuel, there's no electricity, all you need a little solar panel to keep this charge. You see,
Tiny.
And that's just to run the oil pump primarily, because you can use it. Everything else,
Well-
we need the digital meter.
pull the air.
And we're using
well, it needs some electricity to because it has you have to have the
a fan.
yeah
and
without
the
the forced air. Man, the old heat is coming this way. Without the forced air, it won't run. But that's pretty low there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can control the size of the fire or flame.
Wow. What a beautiful invention.
Very simple, man, but to come to this point, it took lot of trials and errors.
You know, I had a friend that is an inventor who eventually made it. You know.
Really?
Yeah. And took him years to get there, but once he got there, he was able to make money And I think this is actually could be a real moneymaker, Mehmet.
Now I can show you the boneyard of the machines that they didn't work well.
There was a little bit of char paper stuck on
Uh-huh.
it. I think it
Oh.
was. I think it was acting
Blocking
kind of
the
like a whip.
circulation.
It was kind of like just sucking in that oil and mitigating it.
Yeah, if there's anything in the way, then it will block the
A little
flow.
bit of something on the other side of the pipe.
But that's pretty low. I think that's as low as you can go with this. Okay, in there probably I have more than a gallon, right?
A gallon. I would say more than a gallon.
Water? Yeah, gallon and a half, or
And
maybe
a quart
two.
or something. Gallon and a quart, like 5 quarts maybe.
Yeah, maybe 5 or 6 cores.
Yeah, it's
Oh man, that's kicking in. I think that's high right now. I'll turn the oil a little low. So you have to be careful not to spill water in there.
I noticed that. But I think once you understand that, you'll be careful.
That was yeah. Yeah, that's kind of low, but you don't want high.
No. Mehmet, I forget, the color of a flame, of course, determines the amount of temperature. Any idea what temperature?
Yeah.
we're putting at?
Here, let me get the
That's, I would call that an orange.
Hey, Sean, here it is. Look, you can take a reading. Okay, why don't you take a reading from inside of the pod?
525, 667. All right, yeah. So we're at about 650 degrees right now. Bring your laser up a little more.
right now it's 700. Right on this little burner is 800. 800 on this little thing here. 850, 875. On the other side of the wall, we're looking at like 950.
Wow.
On the inside of that
Yep.
canister. And there's
So
lots
we
of
were going to
spots,
try and
about
play with metal.
500 right here.
Yep.
But that's also pretty low heat or low flame. So, 1,200 more.
Well, we're at least looking at 9.
How's the Sean? Check the water. Is it getting hot?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I don't want
We're
to take
about
a bad
100
thing.
and 138.
Oh. Oh, it's bubbling up. See the bottom? You can boil potatoes in it.
I have a feeling you like potatoes.
I like.
Or whatever, you know.
Well, I noticed you were cooking potatoes. Huh?
Yeah, well.
I'm to be a fan of potatoes.
I grew up with potatoes every meal.
How about, James, how about right?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is how's the?
Yeah. Is it hot?
It is a little hot, but it says it's about 110.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No, right down here.
That's just slightly
At
hotter
the
than a
top
hot
is
tub.
about 130.
Okay.
Boy, that's
The
nothing.
bottom's 95, so yeah, pretty good gradient. This thing's chilling at 90 degrees.
Oh, well, that
80,
stainless will
90.
handle that, no problem.
Well, just
Yeah.
the plastic in the wiring is what you would wonder, right?
Yeah, how is that?
So it's about 90, but even that doesn't really feel. Maybe there's some ambience. It doesn't.
Well, I designed so that it sucks air from here.
Oh, so it's cool.
Yeah, so the pump blower sucks air from here to cool all the control electronics.
Should suck any hot air through.
Right.
The air right above it.
Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking with oil.
Yeah, and man, it's not bad. Like no smell really.
I don't smell anything. I don't see any black fumes.
It's like almost like a propane stove.
Yeah, propane or alcohol.
Yeah. And nothing can beat the oil that is free. They love me to pick the oil up.
That's my favorite part about
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I mean, I have alcohol stoves, and they cost a lot of money.
Oh man! And meanwhile, you have probably a couple of gallons of oil is just sitting behind your house, not
Yeah.
knowing what to do with it, except oil the chainsaw, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, the inside of the canister is about like 850 degrees right now, and then but that lip where the flame's kind of breaching out over is 950. So it's just where all that heat is collecting there. It's even hotter right at the surface.
You see that grill?
Where it's being concentrated.
That actually came from a propane stove, and have you noticed it's burned up? Normally on the propane stove, that thing can, the coating never actually burns.
I saw that. Yeah.
150 degrees.
They're getting hotter.
150, 160 degrees.
It's about to boil soon. So you can easily generate steam, and you can power the whole dang thing with this steam if you can engineer right. So you need the battery just to start this thing.
Got it. So now we're talking about electricity.
Right.
Steam power.
Yeah, it's steam power.
Turbine kind of thing.
Yeah, because water expands how many times when it boils?
Enough to turn it into a vapor.
I think 1,700 times.
Is that what
17,000.
it is? I don't know. We're going back into my college chemistry classes, and I cheated on those tests.
I just can't say.
Got an A though. Well, no, I got a 93.7, and they gave it a B.
Oh, really?
Which is why I quit college.
Oh, screw it. They should teach the kids how to build things like
yeah,
this.
they should. I mean,
The survival
yeah.
skills.
No.
And women how to cook and sew. and all that.
Yeah, how to cook, how to sew, how to grow a garden, how to shoot a
Right,
rifle. how to fucking cook, you know.
right. And now they teach them how to change their gender.
Exactly.
Damn.
Without their parents' permission.
Yeah. And they provide pills.
Pills.
And
And by the way, those hormone blockers are carcinogenic.
oh.
Yeah, so apparently you can't just block your hormones. The people that have tried that and then tried to go back to normal and get cancer and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, those little kids are getting fucked. I think it's a basic death cult going on here.
Yeah, sinister.
Yeah, evil.
Evil. It's about this steam, man. So yeah, you're right. Hey,
Steam.
it's steam power
Steam is how-
generator, right?
Yeah. Steam is how nuclear power plants work.
And the fire is awfully low at the moment. If you turn the fire up, then you get a lot more steam. But once this starts to boil, it's gonna
There
keep.
you go. Put a lid on this fucker.
Yeah.
Bend it over and
Uh-huh.
spin a turbine.
Right.
Wow.
It's boiling already at the bottom.
And you could
see?
also, I think, use this as a forge.
Yeah, oh, you can, but you have to redesign.
We'd have to get it. Yeah, we'd have to get it.
It should. The torch has to be on some kind of pipe and shooting flame into the crucible.
Yeah.
Yeah, not hard at all. I was thinking to make something like
forge,
that.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Do the same principle.
It's heat.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
Focusing and concentrating.
Yeah. There's so many things you could do with this. What a beautiful invention! You could save a lot of people's bacon with this, buddy.
It's for sure a vital survival tool.
Yeah.
Imagine getting a 55-gallon drum of this oil.
Yeah. For free.
Yeah, and
Feed your family.
A little later I'll show you my stock.
Yeah.
This rests on the shoulders of a large boneyard, huh?
Right. Oh man, I built so many versions of this crop, and it wasn't working. It's a horrible.
And what were the limiting factors?
Limiting factor, I had a problem with the flow of the oil. Okay.
So the gear pump was a huge.
Right, gear pump was the key solution. Okay, I use a parallel static pump, and that was okay. But then the tubing started to kind of fade away, busted, and all that. So the problem was oil flow. I had no problem with the airflow, but that, of course, it took quite a while to figure out how to inject the air into the oil.
And it seems like your canister, which has the holes for the inlet of the air to
Right.
come in, is sealed around
Right.
the air.
Right,
So
it's
the air
sealed.
is forced to just go through
Forced
the
to go through the holes, yes.
because the whole oxygen chamber is sealed off by the canister.
Right, if it is not forced, then you get it's
get
boiling now.
leakage.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, look at that oil come very rapid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that's probably close to 6 quarts.
Yeah. Yep.
5 to 6 quarts.
Oh, man.
In what, 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, even,
I mean, that was on a low flame.
Without a lid.
yeah.
Without a lid, yes.
I put a lid on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hey,
Sean, you're right. It has a huge potential of power.
thank you.
Look at that.
You know what? If you make $1 million off of it,
I
just
want
send me
$5.
That remember me,
Take a 6-pack
right?
of Guinness and we're good.
Remember me, right?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that boil.
Wow. Oh man, this can.
A rolling boil.
Uh huh. Wow, that can build some pressure really quick.
Especially if you just like click, sealed it up, you
Uh-huh.
know, like a pressure cooker.
Yeah. I actually have a big pressure cooker too.
Yeah.
I bought it for experimental purposes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Maybe that may be my next step to power a steam power generator and call you back, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Or in
mean,
the meantime, we do a pot full of oil and we put some turkey thighs in there or something.
little turkey fry.
Yeah, a little deep fat fryer going on.
Oh yeah.
Those go left field pretty far, very fast.
And this is with used vegetable oil that I got for free.
Oh, that's we got some steam going on.
Yeah, we do. Well, that's an impressive little invention you made.
And look at the size of the flame or fire, man. It's very low.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
We saw it 3 times that high.
Yeah. So, right. So I'm gonna just turn it just a little higher, and see how. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? That's a spider web that was on it.
Amazing.
You can't handle the nipples.
So the size of the fire now is going to increase.
Look at all that steam.
Wow.
Yeah, if this were in a pressure cooker with something coming off here to a turbine, you would be spinning that sucker hard.
Yeah. There's.
And with all
Is-
that free fuel,
This steam has a lot of power.
yeah, it does, man. It's one of the main electrical generating systems of the world, right?
Yeah. Look. 100 years ago, most things were powered with steam.
Oh yeah.
Steam ships.
Yep. The Titanic was powered by steam, and some people say that that's one of the reasons why it went down was because they were trying to make the conversion from steam to diesel.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Because they didn't want that. Steam is so.
Oh,
powerful.
really?
Yeah. The old Stanley steamers, 1915, doing 100 miles an hour.
Oh, that's rolling
Yeah,
oil there for sure.
beautiful. Yeah, James, what's the temperature of that bottom plate on that pan?
The black.
This part right there.
Oh, under the.
The bottom of this pot.
Or maybe this way, James.
Yeah, well, it's saying about 600 is what that
Right there.
500 and 500 right there.
Okay, 500. Got it.
690, about 700 underneath, and then the side of the wall is about 1,000.
You mean on the inside?
Yeah, the inside of that chamber is about 1,000.
Oh, well, that makes sense, right? Because it's thicker versus thinner. And the heat dissipates through the thinness.
And also, what we noticed is that it didn't send it up as much as it did.
Send it out. That has to do with that vortex.
So like the top of the lid is about like range between high 7s to low 8s.
Boy, if we had a big pressure pot full of beans, man, that shit would be cooked in no time.
Yeah. You can get pressure cooker cooks everything so short time. Yeah.
Good for third world countries.
Oh, even wherever
In
you
our
are.
country.
If you live, you can't use this in the city unless you have a little bit of
For being in the country.
backyard. You know. if you had a little backyard, you can use it in the city
Yeah,
too.
we're not supposed to use this in an enclosed environment, or we'll all die of carbon
Right,
monoxide.
right. Not in the house for sure. Yeah.
Proper ventilation.
By the way,
Yeah.
I saw a child that had that happen to him. I was at the Waimea Hospital, and they brought this kid in, and he was like unconscious, and he was bright pink.
Really?
Bright pink. And the doctor took one look at him and he said, carbon monoxide poisoning. Were you burning anything? Where was the child? And they said, oh, he was in the bathroom in the bathtub. They said, where was the Paloma? Oh, it's in the bathroom.
Oh my God, that's
There you
horrible.
go.
Horrible, horrible.
Put a gas
But the
mask on,
child survived, right?
Yeah, he came back around, but that's what it was. That shit's real.
They don't put it out.
Bright pink.
So, all good. Any questions?
No, more
No.
like congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, we praise God. I did a lot of prayers of how to figure this thing out. If it wasn't God's assistance, I don't think I would not be able to do it alone.
You did great, man. I'm really
Praise God, man. Praise God.
Yeah, it's about 150 on the side.